So you're going to jail. That sucks. That's too damn bad. But I have some good news for you. You don't really need to be there for as long as you might think. Hey, I'm Slava P. I used to work at Vice, and then I went to jail for doing a little bit of cocaine smuggling. You can read all about it in my book, which I'm going to put a link in the description for you to buy. So you have to go to jail. But today I want to talk to you about how you can spend as little time in jail as possible. Don't pay attention to what your sentence is on that paper. Pay attention to me. I know more than any lawyer, judge, or criminal advocate ever would, because I actually went to jail. I got a 9-year prison sentence, and I was only in there for 28 months total, or 875 days, but who's counting? So to mourn the death of Vice, incoming death of Vice, allegedly, I'm going to present this list in the classic do's and don'ts fashion that the magazine became famous for. So let's start it right off. Do be Canadian. You kind of have to ask yourself why people are so scared of jail. They're scared of jail because the American media has made them scared of jail by showing them depictions of it that are frankly terrifying. But does jail have to be terrifying? Well, a lot of countries don't think so, which is why they make it all about rehabilitation. My don't is be American or go to jail in America. It sucks, it's for profit, and you're nothing but a number on a spreadsheet somewhere. Do take advantage of dead time. Now, dead time is kind of a complicated process and the math is a little fuzzy, and I'd be happy to explain it to somebody if they have an actual question about their specific case. In Canada, dead time is how much time you spent in jail awaiting your trial. The purpose of dead time is that you don't have to serve your sentence twice. Sometimes dead time is measured in 2 for 1 or 3 for 1 or 1.5 for 1, so it's all kind of complicated. But even if you did get bail, you should still talk to your lawyer about asking the judge to give you dead time on all the time you served in bail. Personally, I spent 10 months on house arrest after getting bail on my charge, and the judge credited me 100 days. Don't stay in provincial jail thinking that you're going to use the dead time to knock off your federal sentence. For reasons that I'm not going to get into here, you're better off doing federal time than spending dead time in the bucket waiting for it to accrue and come off your eventual number. Obviously talk to a lawyer about these types of things, but there's a pretty good chance that your dead time should be used to your advantage whenever possible, whether or not you're waiting inside of a provincial bucket or on road on housey. Do keep the big picture in mind. If you're in jail, there's only one thing you're worried about, and that's getting out of jail. Don't get caught up in internal politics. Those problems are not your problems. Those are those people's problems. Let those people deal with it. Keep your head down, pick up a book, pick up a hobby. Maybe you could write a book. Do learn how to say, I'm sorry, I didn't know I couldn't do that. One of the things that I learned when I got to jail was that you're not supposed to say thank you. There was this big range rep when I was in Joyceville, a big Jamaican guy named CJ. And he was giving out the food, and he gave me my pudding cup, and I said, oh, thank you. And in a very gruff voice, he was like, yo, we're in jail. Don't tell another man thank you. And I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't know you couldn't say that. Awkward, but it actually led to me having a conversation with CJ, who turned out to be like a really nice guy. He just had to put on this bad boy facade so that people in jail will respect him. But once I actually got to know him, man, nice guy. The don't in this scenario is don't be a bad boy. Listen, the fact of the matter is, if you're just a normal person going to jail to get out, who cares what people think of you in there? That doesn't mean that you should check into protective custody or anything like that. But it also means that you shouldn't pick up petty fights just to prove that you're a big man, because ultimately it doesn't matter. You're never going to see these people again. Unless, of course, your life is caught up in the streets and you need to make a name for yourself in jail because it's going to follow you around everywhere because everyone else you know is in jail. So that's about it. That's my advice. Do be Canadian, do take advantage of dead time, do keep the big picture in mind, and do learn how to apologize. Your goal, say it with me, is to get out of jail. Take it from me, 28 months on a 9-year sentence, I'll take that. Like, subscribe, comment, and, most importantly, buy this book.